to our co-op bot characters.
These next tests require cooperation. Consequently, they've never been solved by a human. That's where you come in. You don't know pride. You don't know fear. You don't know anything. You'll be perfect. Test chamber completed. Continue testing. Continue testing. Continue testing. The two of you have forged an excellent partnership. Now it's time for your real purpose. Don't disappoint me. Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. Today, you will be testing with a partner. Please wave to your partner. Good. The upcoming tests require you to work together as a team.
Alright, so Josh, if you look to your right a little bit, you'll see a portal gun there, so let's go ahead and grab that.
Orange is first to acquire a portal device. Blue now has a portal device. Finally.
Okay, so let's head through this door. So this is the same portal gun you had in the first game, so it places two portals that you can walk through. So Josh, why don't you go ahead and put one there, and then up on the surface, a little up and to the left. Yeah, right there. You can step on through. So communication is really important in Portal 2, and as you saw, it can be a little difficult to say, hey, why don't you put your portal exactly right here? So we created the ping tool as a way to help people.
Your ping tool is invaluable for communicating specific locations to your partner.
So now you can see that Matt is going to use the ping tool and put down some markers in the world. And Josh, if you want to put your portals exactly where Matt laid that out. Perfect. And now Matt can walk through your portals to the other side. So let's go ahead a little bit. And so Josh, if you click down on your right stick, perfect. So you can put down your own ping. So you can show Matt where you want to put the portals. Perfect. Walk on through. That's it. That's your first portal co-op. Alright, let's head to the doors.
Excellent. Although great science is always the result of collaboration, keep in mind that, like Albert Einstein and his cousin Terry, history will only remember one of you.
So as you're playing co-op, we do support split screen, or you can also play on two different machines. And if you want to, you can play on, two 60-foot monitors in front of 40 people. So it's really up to you. Now the cornerstone of science, or any good science really, is lasers. And so as you can see, we have a laser in this test chamber that we're going to put to use here. And the cube in front of Matt's screen is actually not a normal weighted companion cube, but that's a reflector cube. And so as he puts this into the laser, you can see that it redirects it. You can also redirect it. I think Matt's going to pay for that later. So as you can see, Josh, if you walk forward a little bit, you can see these things on the ground, and we call those laser receptacles. And what we want to do is pass the laser through those to power the door to exit. So what we're going to do is Matt's going to put his portals down around this wall, and so you can see that's going to kind of actually Josh here. Go for it. There we go. So now Matt will follow suit. And by punching a hole in the wall with the two pairs of portals, you've now made a continuous line to that laser. So go ahead, next over.
To reiterate, this is not a competition. Still, if it were, Orange would be winning.
So just to give you guys an idea of scope, just the cooperative portion of Portal 2, which has its own puzzles and its own storyline, is about double the length of the original Portal. And then the single player game is double the length of that as well. So there's a lot of stuff to play here. So some of you may have seen the laser before, but one thing we're showing you for the first time is this mechanic ahead of you. This is called what we call the hard light bridge. And as you can see, it's kind of moving and projecting. So if Matt puts his portal in front of the bridge and then up to the top, it actually projects through his portals and moves through it. So now you've created this tool that you can use to kind of move around your world. So let's use that. Josh, you want to follow Matt through there. We can use this across this deadly chasm full of goo. So be careful as you jump down. Perfect. So right ahead of Josh, here, if you look to the right, Josh, what we want to do is basically go over there and then turn the corner to the left to escape. So to start that process, Matt's going to take the bridge that he projected originally, and he's going to move it so that it's projecting here now. So let's jump on that bridge. Josh, you can go first. Be careful. Nice. All right. So now, obviously, if Matt were to move his bridge, the bridge would come out from underneath him and they'd fall in the slime. We don't want to do that. But what we can do, because we have another pair of portals available to us from Josh's gun, is he can place his portal at the end and then up above. And now we've reprojected the already reprojected bridge. And so using two pairs of portals, you can do some pretty complex stuff. Yep, so go ahead and jump right down over the side. Perfect.
I don't want to drive a wedge between the two of you, but I've been studying Blue's performance, and I don't know how to put this. I'm certain we're trying very hard.
Alright, so in this next test chamber, we're going to show you something a little more complex, something that we demoed in the video just a minute ago. If you played the original Portal, you might remember a maneuver where you would place a portal under your feet and another above your head, and you can kind of fall infinitely through your portals. It wasn't good for much in the single player. You can get an achievement. You can make yourself sick. That's about it. But because we have another player here, we can now actually utilize that and put it to good effect here. So if you look on Matt's monitor, you can see that there's an exit across this goo pit. And so we want to fling the characters over there, but we don't have a good place to do that. So if you look at Matt's screen, he's going to show us this angled surface. And if you play Portal, that's always a good indicator that you're going to kind of come rocketing up out of it. So to do that, we're going to turn our infinite fall into an infinite fling. So Matt's going to set up his portals here. And Josh, if you'd be so brave as to jump in there. It helps if you look down, actually. There you go. So now, while Josh builds up momentum, Matt's going to go over to the angled surface and fling it through the air, hopefully to the exit. So there's another element in this test chamber, and it's a wall. So we're going to have Matt, you know what, actually, we don't want it to be weird in the room, we don't want animosity, so why don't we do this? Why don't we have you guys hug it out, you know? I try to employ that in real life, so we'll have these guys get a hug and just need a Alright, we're all friends again. So not only do we have single player gestures, but we have a suite of cooperative gestures that you can do with your friends. Okay, so this time Matt won't kill you, Josh, I promise. And we'll have you jump back through his portals there. Build up some speed. Perfect. This time Matt's going to hit the button. Excellent. Perfect. Alright. But it wouldn't be very nice, Josh, to leave without Matt's help. So why don't we turn this around? We got some waving action. Why don't we turn this around and have you do to Matt what he did for you? So if you place one of your portals at the top, yep, perfect. And then if you just shoot Matt's portal on the bottom, you'll take it over, and that's another thing you can do with portals, just take it over. Now, I would say to be a bigger person, Josh, I would hit the button first. And then you'll... Oh, hit the wall. Perfect, alright. Always gotta do some dancing. Okay, so that was just a taste shelves February of 2011. We'll be on the PC, the Macintosh, Xbox 360, and also the PlayStation 3. Thank you.